Eric Kattelus.
Thank you, Jason. First of all, Eric, I know you haven't been here the full year. You came here early in January, but again last night, a tough one in Milwaukee. You do face Milwaukee Admirals again tonight, but 2-1 headed into the third period. A tough blow with 3 consecutive goals against. Just talk about last night's game and the frustration it has to have.
Well, you know, it's never a good situation when you have a lead heading into the third period and you give it up, but you know, we're just going to battle back. Like you said, we have them again tonight, so it's a chance to get another crack at them and get 2 points out of it, you know, from them.
Well, let me ask you then, because of the situation, I know you haven't been here all year, and a lot of it occurred before January, third period breakdowns, letdowns, points that you've given away. Milwaukee's got 4 wins against you guys with come from behind in the third period. Grand Rapids done it a few times. Peoria's done it. What seems to be the problem, and what is the talk? Obviously, the guys know about it. Do you talk about it prior to the third period, or what is going on through the minds of everybody during this situation?
You know, I think it can be a mental game, just as far as going out there and finishing a game. You don't want to let off the gas and let the other team gain momentum. And we also had some penalties last night, which wasn't the best of timing, and they can capitalize.
Yeah. Eric, the Midwest Division. You guys got a good record. There's no doubt about that. You're vying for first place. You're in the hunt for that. The playoffs, obviously. But the Midwest, you're a couple of games below 500 in your own division, and a lot of games remaining are against your own division. Any reason for that as you look at the standings? Anything that comes to mind?
We have to take it to these teams every time we play them. It's 2 points up or down, and coming down the stretch, we're going to see them a lot, and at home. So we got to take advantage while we're in front of the home crowd, and anytime we can, we got to take 2 points.
I want you to take us through this year. A little bit peculiar, obviously with the lockout, the number of players in the minor leagues. You were in Kalamazoo. What took place in early January for yourself, for you to become a Wolves player? I know you had to sign a new contract in American Hockey League, not just a PTO, but a standard contract. So take us through that time. What developed, Wendell Young, et cetera, with your agent? What happened?
Yeah, well, I spoke to Gene and Wendell, and it was a surprise. I knew I was having a successful year down in Kalamazoo, and Coach Boulin down there was in my ear. If they call, this is what's going to happen. So he really helped me through the process, and coming here for about 2 months now, I haven't been happier playing hockey. So it's a real opportunity for me, and I'm just trying to take advantage.
Well, what people may not know is it's like your first kick of the can. You had to try out with the Grand Rapids Griffins. First of all, how did that go?
It was how should I say? It was enlightening. And they put me through a great experience during training camp, and just kind of get a feel for how professionally it's ran here in the AHL, and it was a good experience. I'll leave it at that.
How was that going to be if you had made that team, being from Traverse City, being a Michigan guy, you went to Michigan Tech, etc., family pretty close, would have been pretty cool.
It would have been a treat, but I have the opportunity to live in Chicago, where my brother lives, and it's been a while since we've been able to live near each other, so we're taking advantage, and it's just great to have family throughout the Midwest that could come see me play.
I'm going to leave that question to last, but I saw your family, or some of your family, right after one of the first few games here in this building. But let me go back to playing with Nick Bootman as a coach in Kalamazoo. First of all, I read a couple of articles, and he was talking about how good you are in face-offs. Talk us through that at this level in the American Hockey League and the difference there compared to what you maybe were used to this year and last year.
Yeah, well, the linesmen can be a little picky sometimes, but no, just giving a hard time. I just, you got to be mentally prepared. You can kind of prepare and see what the other opponent's trying to do and where he wants to bring the puck, and just go in there and try to do the opposite. And if you win them, great. If not, you better stay on your man and stay D-side.
Well, I would have to think one of the highlights so far is scoring a goal, and it just happened to be after the All-Star break, and it was against the Milwaukee Admirals. You had a really strong game, a goal and 2 assists, and we're going to show you a goal, and just the thrill of getting a goal in the American Hockey League.
Yes, obviously a great play by Davies down to Arch, and, take a look at Arch just throwing between his legs, and I was diving for it. I was definitely diving for it. I wasn't going to miss. I wasn't going to come late, so I was pretty pumped, and, as you can see, great to have, fellow teammates out there happy for me, too.
Let me ask you, again, a little tidbit, and it was through Nick Boudlin in years past. You played a little defense, too, as of late. Not just a centerman up the middle of the ice, but a little defense.
Yeah, last year, actually, we were short D, and, I've always been a little more defensive player. Want to keep my plus-minus up there, and you got to take pride in your own zone, and offense comes from there. So it's just been a philosophy and the way I've played for years.
I mentioned Traverse City, a beautiful golf area. Michigan is a great place to play golf. What's it like living in that area with all the great golf courses around? You get to dapper in that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. spoiled. I'm spoiled. You know, it's a gorgeous city to live in. There's so much going on during the summer. Obviously, with tourism coming in for the film festivals,
Sure.
you know, the National Cherry Festival. It's just a beautiful place right on the water. You can't beat it.
Lastly, I wanted to ask you about your brother being in the city. I know you talked to me a little bit about that, how nice it is to have someone here that's able to watch you play all the time.
Oh yeah, it's a treat for him. He'll be here tomorrow night, or tomorrow evening, I guess I should say, and yeah, I'm just so happy that he's here, and you know, I'm thrilled. And I also have family that are watching all the time on the BT Network online. So I got to shout out to my Aunt Liz and my cousin Cody, Corey, and Kaylee that are watching that too. So,
Well, be proud of him. He's played very well. Eric, keep up the great work too.